Why did Windows 8.1 fail? What a good topic today for Tech Talk Insights. I'm your host, Big John Howard, or Smango from techholler.com. Yeah, I'm from the good old Eastern Kentucky, and I love technology. I love talking about it. And this is my YouTube channel, and you can check out my website, techholler.com. So what happened to Windows 8 and 8.1? Why did it fail? This is strict knowledge here. And I'll just talk off the top of my head, So what happened? Windows 7 was a great operating system, but updates was super annoying. It's almost as annoying as Windows XP. Now, this is just clearly off the top of my head. I haven't looked up anything, guys, so clearly off the top of my head, Windows 7, you almost wanted to slipstream stuff if you ever had to refresh a computer. The problem with that is it always didn't work, or something went wrong. It was best just to I slipstream some stuff, and drivers sometimes wouldn't work. It was just getting outdated too, Windows 7 was, and security. And there was a big push from Microsoft. And guess what that push was? And I think they thought they had it figured out. The Microsoft Surface tablet. That's where this began, really. Really deep down, this is where this began. The iPad was coming out. It was doing gangbusters. Microsoft decided they wanted to try to cash in on that and get everybody excited. And everybody kind of was excited because they wanted a Windows tablet. The problem is like not everybody wants a tablet operating system. That's where the big problem was. So Microsoft releases Windows 8, the beta. I remember using the beta, and for centuries, you was able to click on the start button and bring up the little start button menu, programs, click where you wanted to go. No more of that, they said. You're going to click the start button, and it's going to bring you to Metro UI, the new flat for tablets operating system. That's where they really screwed up. What they should have done is they should have made just a tablet only OS based on Windows 8, because Windows 8 was awful, literally awful to use on desktop. It takes you out of the whole like home screen look. Like it literally just moved you over to like a whole new window of this flat, big rectangles with a flat UI. I mean, it's flat, like no graphics, whatever, just flat as flat could be. And tons of space, like icons would be like this little, and big rectangle, like Outlook would have a little circle, and if its icon, a big blue around it, so you could just go boop, tap on it. Now, using a Surface tablet wasn't that bad, but using a desktop, it was the worst thing in the world because they had gestures. You had gestures. You had to swipe down. You had to drag your mouse to swipe down to shut down Windows. You had to swipe up. You had to throw stuff away. It was awful. Absolutely awful as a desktop environment. Laptop environment, it was one of the worst operating systems I've ever used. You could not get anywhere to start. I mean, the start menu was gone, literally gone. You could bring it back, and man, did that company hit it big. Classic menu or classic UI. Now nobody uses that stuff no more, but man, that company took off big time. That was the only way Windows 8 was usable on a desktop in a professional environment. So get this though, Now, I'm never going to forget my boss at the time that that made me do this. I had to go to I had to push out Windows 8, forced because he wanted the latest stuff, forced to push Windows 8 to users, normal everyday users. I was like, man, they're going to hate this. I was like, the only way it's going to work if we install the classic UI third-party thing. He's like, no, don't do that. It'll cause problems. Man, that was that was bad. That was one of the worst rollouts I have ever done in my life. So many problems, so many users upset. It didn't make any sense. It was bad. It was bad. I begged him, please don't make me push out this operating system. It is bad. It is not meant for a work professional desktop. It is not. It's not meant for somebody sitting down with a mouse and keyboard and clicking on stuff. This is not what this is for. This is for a tablet. It was awful. So 8.1 come out. They tried to fix it. They brought back the start menu somewhat, but it still had the little floaty Metro UI. Oh, it was. They tried to save it with 8.1. They did. They tried their best, but the damage was already done. The flat UI was garbage. And here we're sitting in 2024. That stuff's disappeared now. Not even just a memory in Smango's head of how bad that operating system was. So, not everything was bad on Windows 8. Updates, they fixed updates. This is where updates started getting super easy on Windows. You basically pop in your ISO, your USB, whatever you're using to make a new image. Gets drivers good enough to get on the internet. You could, all these companies started listing their drivers on Windows updates. You get it. You don't have to look for nothing anymore. No more disk laying around full of drivers. No more folders full of just drivers. Now that wasn't always the case, because even the Surface, you had to download the Microsoft Surface tablet driver pack. But you could get going. You didn't have to have like your network driver laying around. It would almost work just about every time. It's got a lot better than Windows 10 and 11, but this was phenomenal to me. I was like, well, this is by far the best thing from Windows 8 that they done, was they fixed updates, because it was basically useless. Finding drivers that, it never worked. Now it kind of works. Now it's still kind of, but they did a good job with updates, I thought. It almost felt like Linux at the time was doing better with drivers. Straight off a disk or ISO, whatever you're booting from, it would find drivers. She was up and running. Windows 7 never did do that. Hardly. Unless you slipstream. Some computers would, and it was according to what ISO you use. Like if you use like a Dell ISO on a Windows 7 Dell, ISO with Windows 7 on or something, that would probably work fine. Or DVD, it's probably DVDs at this time. But yeah. And one thing they did make, I thought was awesome. So, but the only reason it had to be made is because you had to get to control panel some way, is they made the Windows plus X menu. So what I mean by that, you hit the Windows logo and X at the same time, and it brings up a little menu. And everybody called this the Windows X menu. And that was the only way you could get to stuff, but it was the quickest way ever to get the control panel. It was the best. You could actually right click on it and get the Windows X menu by right clicking the start button in Windows 8.1. But you can get to it with Windows X on 8. Control panel. Super fast, super easy to get to. They still had the old stuff on it. It was amazing. Windows 10 come out, still had Windows X. Windows 10, the latest, it would upgrade. Started getting rid of it. Gone. Windows 11, nowhere to be seen. It's the hardest Windows 11 is the hardest operating system ever to get the control panel now. You have to Windows R, CMD, or not CMD, but type in control panel now to get to it. It is the most annoying thing ever. Like they had it figured out. Windows X was phenomenal. A shortcut key, and you got almost like a power menu, and you could fix everything. It was the quickest way to get the control panel, and they took it away. So they took the good things away. The two good things out of Windows 8, updates and the Windows X menu, and they already took one away. That's Windows 11. They took it away. They took out the good things that come from Windows 8. Windows updates have got a lot better since then. But what do you guys think? Do you guys think that Windows 8 was a success? I've heard people say they like it. I'm just like, what did you use it on? Did you actually just use a Surface the whole time or something? That's the only saving grace of that whole operating system. Those two things. And if you used a tablet, and even the tablet, it was better on Windows. I don't know why. Nobody used it the way that Microsoft thought people was going to use it. At all. But leave a comment down below. What do you think about Windows 8.1? Or 8. Windows 8 and 8.1. Do you think it was a failure? Do you think it was a success? Let me know down in the comment section below. Give me some topics you guys want me to talk about. We'll talk about them. Hope you guys are enjoying the channel. I am still going to make some repair videos and upgrading computers and stuff. I just haven't had time to really edit them and upload them. This is easy to do, so I'm trying to do that. But follow me over on Twitter @the Smango. We'll see you guys in the next one.